Greetings, my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing okay. Hope you're all enjoying your day so far. Alright, my peeps. So, in a couple of hours' time, based on when I am recording this, West Indies will be going up against the Netherlands. And they are looking to get themselves up and running again after the defeat to Zimbabwe. Now, Coach Darren Sammy, he participated in a CWI press conference and he had quite a few things to say about us losing to Zimbabwe and how we need to look going forward. So just going to talk about a few things that he said, and I'm also going to be talking about a sanction that the ICC would have brought down up on West Indies. So just give a listening ear until the end and let me know what you think about this one. Alright? Just leave your comments in the comment section. So Darren Sammy, as I said, took part in the CWI press conference. It was around about 30 minutes long, 30, so they spoke about quite a few things. About the main things that came out, are the same things that we have been talking about, saying that the way in which we are performing is painful according to him, and it's not only about losing, it's the way in which you lose the games. He spoke about all of those drop catches and saying that feeling is an attitude and they are going to get the right one. So that is what he's saying. They are working on getting the right attitude. He spoke about Zimbabwe, saying that even before they went to Zimbabwe, from they were in the Caribbean, they were aware that that Zimbabwe game was going to be crucial. It was, according to him, was going to be the game. Yeah, that is what he was saying. That Zimbabwe match would have been the one to really look at. You understand? And we failed the first real test. I hear a couple of people in the comment section saying that it's the first real test that we got at the ICC qualifiers, and we failed it. So Sammy was just reinforcing that. He also spoke about the man went as far as saying, listen, he cannot understand why is it that international fielders, international cricketers are dropping such simple catches. He's saying that he inherited a team where certain things need to change, saying that the attitude of the players towards fielding, even in practice, in training, is not where it should be. So you can imagine that in practice you probably have people just wanting to bat, wanting to bowl, and they are not too happy to get the fundamental things done. Things like fielding. As I said, that's the easiest part of the game. You understand? But you need to reinforce the skills. You need to practice. There's something called muscle memory. You understand? If you don't put your body through those things, catching balls in high intensity situation, if you don't do that in practice, you're not going to be able to do it in the game. So based on what Sammy is saying there, it seems as if some of the guys are lacking in practice when it comes on to going out there and getting the job done. You understand, in terms of feeling. So that is something that Sammy said that they are working towards. And he spoke about Alzari Joseph, saying that so far, they have counted probably about 8 chances that have gone down off Alzari's bowling. I can clearly remember 3 in the last game. So I don't know if he's talking about only in the tournament here or prior to that. But that's way too many. You understand? You don't want it to be a case where you're asking your pace bowler to run in and to bowl like that. And each time an opportunity is created, the players are not there to take it. Or they are there but they decide not to catch the ball. You understand? So that is what he's saying, that the players will learn. The players will improve. You understand? So that is what Darren Sammy is saying, and to say that the team knows what is required, so they just need to go there and get the job done. And he also touched on something that I am going to dedicate a video for that. You understand? Where he spoke about players at the regional level knowing exactly what is needed for them to be selected to be a part of a team. So if you're an opener, or you're a number 3, 4, 5, whatever position that you bat, according to him, something that they're working on is making sure that everybody right throughout the Caribbean, once you're participating in the regional championship and the Super 50s, the Super 50, you will know exactly what is needed of you to get in. And according to him, they are only going to be selecting, well, they are selecting guys for the positions that would have performed at that position. So if you have an all-rounder that would have decided, their team would have decided to allow that all-rounder to bat at number 3 for 2 seasons, for example, and that all-rounder is outperforming by far the quote-unquote traditional number 3 batsman or number 3 batsman that they think is good. If that all-rounder is batting at 3 and have a couple of seasons under their belt or a couple of games batting at that position, once they meet that criteria, then they will be considered as a batsman there. I know that is a problem when we have bits and pieces cricketers. We have a problem with that. But I think the main issue why we keep on having 5, 6 all-rounders in our team is because the all-rounders, on several occasions, outperform the quote-unquote specialist batsmen. And then what a lot of us in the Caribbean like to do is when we see those quote-unquote non-specialist batsmen go out there instead of the ones that we like or we think should be in the team, we have a problem and we cause fuss and we make noise. And when you look at it, those guys that we think should not be batting at those positions is because of what they did in the regional tournament. And we know you're going to say, some people will say, listen, some players perform in regional cricket and they can't perform at the big scene. Well, the guys that are capable of performing at the big scene that we like so much, it should be quite easy for them to outplay these quote-unquote non-good players to get in. So, Sammy is just saying they will make it clear. You have the 1 and 2 anomaly, 1 and 2, where the Alec Arton is do what's needed in 4-day regional and also Super 50, and they refuse to select him. So, at the same time, we still don't know if we can listen to what they're saying, because we see players that get the job done in the 2 things that they ask for. Get the job done in regional cricket, get the job done in Super 50, and cannot make the team for any of them. And we see people that just make the team out of the blues. So we don't know if we can even trust them where that is concerned. But as I said, that is something that I want to look at probably after this first round of the qualifiers. And finally, before I go, so based on what I am seeing on the ESPN Cricket Info website, the West Indies team, they were actually charged by ICC. Yeah, man, they were sanctioned, and they had to pay 60% of their match fee because of slow over rate. 60% of their match fee because of slow over rate. And based on what they're saying, Shea Hope accepted the charges. He didn't contest it, so there was no need for a trial or anything like that. So 60% of that match fee, the guys will have to give up. That is something as a captain that you also need to make sure you're on top of, because a lot of people not playing what you call it, franchise cricket, and it's only West Indies they get a roast, they get a little they get a chance to play for, or mostly. So they don't want it to be a case where every time they play their games they're losing their match fee, whether it's 20, 30, 40% because of slow over rate. So all of these things captains need to bear in mind, because they don't want certain things start to fester in the camp. Believe it or not, people will start harbor feelings and think they can do a better job to get the game moving faster so they don't lose their money. That is just my take on it though. I'm going to leave it right there, and we will definitely touch base after the game. Big up on yourself.